What's up, everyone? Today I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. And the reason why I say that is we're doing a little bit of science to prove or disprove my statement that doing a stock 1UZ swap into a 1989 Toyota Supra is going to be better than a stock, or even if you put a little bit of effort into these cars, this is going to be better 9 times out of 10. I mean, I'm partial to V8s, but it is what it is. I've been building Supras since the very first one I bought when I was 14 years old, so about 19 years. Started out small, and I've actually built about 6 of them. And this will actually be my 8th one that I've owned. I love muscle cars, but when I was growing up I couldn't afford them, and thanks to you guys in this channel, I've been able to I now own 2 muscle cars and a 63 Cadillac. I own a great fleet, so big shout out to you guys. You guys are absolutely epic. So the reason why I'm doing this particular exercise, which is proving or disproving my statement, before we go ahead and put the HTV supercharger in it, which I believe it just got shipped from down in New Zealand to New York. Calvin over at Cartoon New Zealand is the whole facilitator of it all. It was, I think it was one of my greatest purchases for a car I've ever done. It's going to be super, super sick. It's going to be a monster. But today I want to prove what we have right now. Now, that was redundant. I have a couple pieces of paper right here. First off, I'm a big fan of the LS platform. Unfortunately, they're beginning to be a little bit too expensive, like out of this world crazy. So if you're looking to do something a little bit different, you can do the 1UZ FE. I picked up one that's going into this car with the supercharger because it's got less mileage on it. It's got 60 to 80,000 miles on it. I picked that up for $478 and some odd change. So that's with taxes out the door. And you can see, so focus, 478, and it is a 1UZ engine assembly. So, I mean, that's like LS prices 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Now, they're, like I said, they're like $2,000. It's insane. Now, here's some of the things that we have to cover before we go to the valley tonight, and that is the weights. Now, this car has the appearance of being stock except for the wheels. I've done no modifications other than that, and lowering suspension in the front. Other than that, really nothing. Anyways, I did a lot of little modifications to reduce the weight, like taking the 75-pound driver's seat that was electric, and I put the guts out of a manual seat, so that dropped it down to 25 pounds. And then, of course, the 1UZ weighs like 200 pounds less, something like that. We did a bunch of other little things. We reduced the weight because of the sound deadening. That saved us about 40 pounds. But either way, this car right here should weigh about 60 pounds less than that car from the factory. And looking at this right here, see if we can't get this in here. Focus, I don't know if I have to read it to you, but it's 3,680 pounds. That's without me in the car. Again, completely stock. Nothing has been done to it except for an engine rebuild around 5,000 miles ago. The black car, I don't know if you can see it. If not, I'll take pictures and just post it right here. But it's 3,320 pounds. So there's a significant weight distribution, or weight difference between the two cars than they were from the factory and now. That's a big thing. The engine weighs a lot less. It's aluminum instead of cast iron. I think it's a great combination. And then the real question is it faster? Mind you, completely bone stock 240,000 mile engine in there that I've done 20 passes down at the valley with, abusively, I have to say. And we're doing pretty good on launches and stuff. I'll upload a photo on here if you can't see it, but pause it, look at it if you want. We don't have a dial in because it was just a test and tune. Our reaction time was 0.075, so pretty good. Could do better. You know, I'm no just Mopar Joe who's pulling like 0.001s and stuff. The guy is a legitimate race car driver. Great dude. If you haven't already checked out his channel, what are you doing here? Head over there and hit subscribe. Then come back here. Or do it afterwards. Either way. Our 60 foot was 2.011. Our 330 foot was 5.970. Our 660 foot was 9.218. Our eighth miles per hour was 75.43. 1,000 foot was 12 seconds, and our quarter mile time was 14.367 with a mile per hour of 96.41. Not the fastest thing in the world, but I think it's a pretty respectable time for a completely stock engine mounted to a stock transmission with 430 rear gears, which are stock out of a non-turbo car. So stock, 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 stock. Now, the reason why I want to do it now is because once the supercharger goes in it, we'll revisit it, but it's going to be totally different, night and day. So let's go ahead without further ado, run down to the valley, make a couple passes with this, figure out how we're going to deal with the camera situation, and I don't know. We'll see how fast these things really are. So guys, I already showed you a lot of this paperwork. We won't rehash it. I started out the video proclaiming that I knew what I was doing and kind of beat up on other content creators that don't show their work. Maybe this is why they don't show their work. They don't want to, be proven wrong. But I like to be honest with you guys. I like to be upfront. I know I'm going to have certain trolls that like to troll the channel will eat this up. Toyota developed, this was the best car Toyota made in the year. This was like Corvette money back then. And it's hard to defeat an entire team of engineers working tirelessly for a decade to develop a car. Now, of course, they could have put the 1UZ in at the time because it was an existing engine. It fits. We showed that it fit. Obviously, there's a reason why they didn't do it. Because again, our engine, you have to remember though, right? So our engine has 240,000, it has a lot of miles on it. So you have to keep that in mind. So when I tell you the numbers, just kind of go easy on me. Because we have to remember, my fastest time with a naturally aspirated, completely bone stock, really worn out engine, you could buy, like I say, they're like they're $450 engines. Like how fast can they go? So 14.367, 96 miles, 96.41 miles per hour. That was a good reaction time though. You have to like get 0.075. You could again, I'm not just Mopar Joe who runs 0.001 because that guy is an awesome guy. If you guys haven't, again, go check out his channel. So you guys out there that like to troll me about me not knowing what I'm doing, there you go. This is for you. Because just like Randy Savage would say, get out of here, get, cream of the crop, we're the best, we know what we're doing, only the best mods here at Lunar Outlaw's garage. Get out. That sounded more like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But anyways, if you didn't know any of that reference, Randy Savage, or Macho Man Randy Savage, was the man, the myth, the legend. He was awesome, just like the black Toyota Supra, which we shaved off. Mind you, we don't even have the supercharger on it yet, guys. We're gonna kick some rear end. So, trolls, I'm talking to you guys. Get out. No one wants to talk to you. This is the fastest time that car ran, and I laid into it, guys. I did. Now, from the factory, they are supposed to run 16.87. So this has a pretty fresh engine in it, and we ran, the reaction time sucked on this one, by the way. I fell asleep or something. It was 4.21 reaction time, 0.421. Sorry, whatever, who cares? Slow. I was like, anyways, 17.187, only 82.62 miles per hour. Toyota, and your infinite wisdom from the 80s. Listen, you could have put the V8 in there. You should have put the V8 in there. The V8 rocks. V8 power all day. So this is for you guys. I'm just here to have fun. I'm having a blast. You guys absolutely rock. Hope I had you going there for a second. Of course the V8 was gonna beat the turbo straight six. Why wouldn't it? All right, guys. Listen, all jokes aside, there are some pretty quick ones. You get the 2 JZs. There's that Ford engine down. There's a lot of straight sixes that are pretty badass. But in any case, the black car is way faster than the red car, and we don't even have the supercharger in it, which I heard from today that will be here, hopefully no later than next week. So until then, remember, keep her shiny side up, get out there, race the cars. God bless.